Hello and welcome to another beautiful episode of Sudoku with Tsvetii. We have a hard puzzle coming in for you to start off this Saturday. I hope that your week has gone well as we take this day as a sort of reflection to see what we can improve about ourselves and our lives. Hi, Agatha. Agatha, wants to make her presence known as soon as possible as to cause a scene and cause a violent ruckus that will result in the. I'm not even going to finish that phrase. That would not have been very Sudoku of Tsvetii with me. So I'm going to retract that thought and focus on the positive. Anyways, hope that you have been doing well so far. Hope your week has gone well, wherever you may be, however you may be living it. And I hope that you are doing well. I am continuing to make changes as I have notated over the course of these 63 episodes now of Sudoku with Tsvetii. And I think one of the big things that I'm doing, not really big, because I think in the grand scheme of things it's not big at all, but big for me, is that I will be uninstalling a game that I have played a ton of, and I think I have like essentially over a year streak of playing it consecutively and getting my rewards every day, and it's just not fun anymore. And it hasn't been fun for a while, but I think that's the beauty of self-awareness, is that I am not going to force myself to be doing something I'm not enjoying it. I think that's something that everyone can take with them from this video, is just continuing to my keyboard, please. I'm trying to have a genuine talk. I'm just kidding, Agatha. You're fine, sweetie. But as I was saying, I think that it truly is important to take a step back from situations if you are able to. Well, we're all able to, but take a step back from the situation you're in and just greet it with a sober honesty. And whether it's if something is still serving you, whether if you're enjoying what you're doing, whether it's in life and in art or throughout your general day, just figuring out if things are still serving you or not. And I think that's something that I've been trying to work on. And I think that's something that this series of Sudoku with Tsvetii has been culminating in. Mostly me just making strides to Agatha. Mostly me just making strides to create content, and to get in the habit of creating content. And that has led me down several very enjoyable rabbit holes of understanding what motivates me to be creative, what helps me strive for bigger and better things in life. And I think that is something that I think everyone can take with them as we move on throughout the rest of this puzzle. I do believe it is extremely important that we allow ourselves to be a 3. I'm starting to get distracted because I'm actually trying to do the puzzle. Going back, it goes back to why I started this series, because I wanted to do more with my life than just playing video games all day after I get off work, or more than just watching YouTube mindlessly. And I tried to be a little bit more active in my own life, both literally and metaphorically speaking, trying to be a better me, or the best me I can be, uh, as we be any of this. But I think it truly is important that we take a step back sometimes and just not overanalyze, but take the respect that you deserve as an individual and take that respect and try to honor it and see if what you're doing really matters to you. What if what you're doing is really what you want to be doing? And just, I am simply encouraging the thought process to try to do bigger and better things if that is what you want to do. And if you don't, and that is perfectly understandable. If you're just content where you are and want to live that same life, that is your own prerogative. And if that is your own duty, that is completely and entirely up to you. But as we get more and more philosophical in this episode, I think that it is important to harbor, not harbor, but show appreciation to those all around you, whether it's a parent, whether it is a friend, coworker, to show appreciation for those all around you so that you can, I suppose it's just in my mind, but so that you can go to sleep in a positive saunter, as it were. I know that this would be a 2 or 9, but I think what I'm trying to get across more than anything is to just open your eyes in the mirror, as I've kind of done over these last just over 2 months, and recognize what you are is not what you can be, and what you can be is not what you are, and it'll never be, because your mind will set different goalposts in front of you. Your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind will do everything that it can to make sure you're okay. And I believe what I'm trying to get at is that it is 100% truthfully and entirely okay to not be okay. Whether it's through feeling emotions or whether it is from dissatisfaction in your life, it is perfectly valid and perfectly fine to not have it all figured out. Because I do remember when I was younger and all I really thought about was getting a job, just because that is what my parents told me. What my parents told me was to get a job, to start a life, start a family. And that was really all I was told. I wasn't told how to measure that success versus others, to be satisfied with what I had, or to, I suppose, to even be grateful, if that makes any sense either. I think I was just kind of told to do what I can, and even though, oh shoot, 5 is right there. It was staring me in the face the whole time. But as I was saying, it was very animalistic, I think is the only way I can describe it right now. To just protect myself from harm. And then everything will be okay once you are past that time. Once you get past that time, everything will be fine. And that is not how you get fine. You don't get fine by ignoring things. If you see the water is leaking, you have two options, which is to patch it up or call someone who knows how to patch it up. If your boat's taking on water in the ocean, you have to do something about it, and you can't just sleep it off. And that is something I do need more. I definitely need more sleep. I think that's just a note for myself. But I think that or rather myself, I'm not going to speak for anyone, but I think that I, more than anything, need to keep striving for more. And it part of it, I believe, is just a never-ending dissatisfaction with, I wouldn't say self-hatred, but a general dissatisfaction with where I am and who I am. I suppose at the end of the day, I'll never be satisfied if I can't be happy with who and what I am now. Can that be a 2? That can be a buoy. Well, we do know 9 is up. We know that this will be the 9, which will leave us to 3 and 7 over there, which is nice. Yes, but as I was saying, is that even if I can't truly come to grips or accept my happiness, I think the best thing I can do is keep moving instead of sulking on it. I suppose that is the flavor du jour in the world right now, is that everyone is kind of out for themselves and everyone is entirely focused on what they can do and just making a better life for themselves and not for any one of the people around them. Or maybe it's just the algorithm I've been dealt. But I have grown weary of the world, and I was able to shut it off and delete several apps. I never really had a TikTok, so I never really had that, but like with Twitter and things like that, and just having this gut feeling that no one really cares about what they're saying anymore as long as it's getting attention, because that's how they make money. And just everyone is chasing their next dollar bill. It just leaves a terrifyingly bitter taste in my mouth. Just as a person, and we know that could be a 9. So we know this will be 2 and 9, so that cannot. This will be 2. We have that. Wrong. We know that'll be 9. 3. Okay. We were able to make a little bit of progress there. 2. Why can this not be 3? That can technically be 3. Okay. I'm starting to focus on the puzzle since I've been yapping and waxing poetic the entire time. Okay. You know, 1 can be there. 1 can be there. We know 4 is definitely down here. That can technically be a 3 as well. We know, well, 1 and 3 have to be there. 1 and 3 have to be here. Correct? Or am I just making that up? We're missing 1, 3, 4, and 9. Yes. So we know 9 is up here. We know this will be a 1 or a 3, which means we know the 4 is down here. But since we have all of our 9s, that is very nice. I'm trying to see why this can't be a 7. It technically can. Technically can. So I can't really mark that out just yet. Because this could technically be a 4 as well. Oops. Okay. We are still looking pretty good. We've made I will say we've made pretty good progress. And I suppose going back into what I was saying, I think I am beginning to change how I see progress in my life, or how I perceive progress in my life. We know 7's over here. We know 7's over here, so that cannot be a 7. 7 has to be here. We know 4, a 1. 4, 3. That a 3. Dang it, we screwed up somewhere. How bad are we? But yeah, I think I'm starting to measure progress in a much different light. Not necessarily in a negative way, or as like a barometer of my happiness, but more so as like a road sign almost on the side of the road. Whether it says like road work ahead, and I sure hope it does. But just as a sign on the road of life, if that resonates with anyone. Let's be a 1 or a 3. Well, I'm gonna go back. I probably should have just deleted all the ones that were wrong, but I think it'll be better if we try to figure it out first ourselves. Actually, no, 7 can't be there. Or 1 can't be there, rather, because 1 has to be over here because it's blocked up here. Okay. Rough 4. We just know 4 is right here, so this could technically be a 4 or 7. But then we know 1 has to be here or here. Part of me is, my gut is now telling me that this is 1 and that is 3. Make this 4. How we looking? Hey, nice. And I believe that because we saw that this was both 4 and 7, and the 1 was the odd one out. And so I just kind of winged it. And because of that, everything kind of fell into place because I knew this had to be a 1 or a 3. And if we had changed it up and that were a 3, that would have to be a 1. Or that would be a 3, and 3 would be over there. But kind of now leads us that 3 has to be up here, which means 3 cannot be there. And 3 is just one of these two, which that can be a 3 or a 7. Oh. We were missing the 7. That was like clearly in the middle right there. Oops. We know that has to be a 7. We know that has 7. So this is just our 7 right there. That a 7. That'll be a 4. At a 4. That is a 3. That'll be a 2. 2. 2 to finish off our 2s. That'll be 9. Not. And 3. 3. 3. 7. All right, we finished it. Not too bad for a hard puzzle on a beautiful. I hope you have enjoyed this diatribe of sorts, and have enjoyed, as I said earlier, waxing poetic over a Sudoku puzzle with general lo-fi beats in the background. And if you enjoyed it, consider liking or subscribing, and I will catch you again next time. Goodbye.